Russia did not encircle thousands of troops in the Kursk region, despite statements by US President Donald Trump. Forbes writes about this. There are simply thousands of Ukrainian troops now completely surrounded by Russian troops and in a very bad and vulnerable position, Trump wrote in all caps on social media on Friday. Trump's statement was in response to the evacuation of about 10,000 Ukrainian troops who left positions in the Kursk region on Monday or Tuesday. Despite Trump's reports, the Ukrainian troops were not surrounded. That's a lie, said Kriegsforscher, a Ukrainian drone operator who fought in the battles near Kursk. Our team understands the situation in Kursk well, said Tatarigami, founder of the Frontelligence Insight analytical group. No one is surrounded. In the summer, strong Ukrainian forces invaded Kursk with the aim of seizing a piece of Russian land that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky could later exchange for Russian-occupied territory. The offensive lasted for 6 months, until February the 25th, when Russia's elite Rubicon drone group launched a series of attacks on supply lines supporting Ukrainian forces in Sudza. Using advanced drone tactics, analyst Andrew Perpetua says Rubicon quickly destroyed hundreds of Ukrainian vehicles, effectively blocking supplies to Ukrainian brigades in the Kursk region. 2 weeks later, on Monday or Tuesday, the surviving Ukrainian troops left Kursk, leaving behind equipment but saving thousands of lives. The retreat was generally orderly, although sometimes chaotic. Tatarigami said, "There was no threat of encirclement and no evidence supports this." Why did Trump start talking about his entourage? Trump, by falsely claiming that thousands of Ukrainians are surrounded, is essentially echoing Putin's position on the eve of possible ceasefire talks. After a 2-week dispute sparked by a February the 28th press conference in which Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance criticized Zelensky for not being grateful enough for U.S. aid, Kiev and Washington finally agreed to the basic terms of a potential 30-day ceasefire. Moscow must agree to these conditions or make its own demands. Trump said that negotiations with Putin were going well and that the war could soon end. But Trump appears to be basing his initial discussions on the falsehood that Russia is effectively holding thousands of Ukrainian troops hostage in the Kursk region. "I have been urging President Putin to save their lives," Trump wrote. But there are no longer thousands of Ukrainian troops in the Kursk region. They left the place several days ago, despite Putin's assertion. It is wise to rely on intelligence data, advises Tatarigami, and not on Putin's words. Julian Robka, a columnist for the influential German publication Bild, also spoke out on the matter. Robka said that Trump is repeating Kremlin propaganda by telling tales about a non-existent cauldron in the Kursk region. "You must be joking. This is 100% Russian propaganda. Ukrainian troops are not surrounded. That is why there is no need to spare anyone. Putin is not capable of doing anything good. There will be no more comments on this matter," the military expert wrote.
Fire that broke out after Ukrainian kamikaze drone struck an oil refinery in the city of Tuapse in Russia's Krasnodar region on the night leading to March 14 has been going on for 2 days. Footage taken by local residents from the area has been shared on social media. Firefighters' attempts to extinguish the fire have been unsuccessful. It should be noted that the fire at one of Russia's largest oil refineries, which supplies fuel to the Black Sea Fleet, has covered an area of more than 1,000 square meters. This is not the first time that fires have continued for several days after Ukrainian drones struck Russian oil bases. Several bases that were hit by drones have also taken days to extinguish, causing significant fuel losses. A military training ground used as a torture chamber has come under drone attacks in Russia's Nizhny Novgorod region, ASTRA Telegram channel reported on Friday. The training ground and a military unit in Mulino were attacked on March 14 during the day. There have been no official confirmation of the attack. However, Russian Federal Air Transport Agency had reported earlier that Strogino Airport temporarily was not receiving or dispatching flights. It is unknown if there were any casualties as a result of the attack. Earlier, ASTRA reported the discovery of a torture chamber on the territory of Unit 36994 in Mulino in Russia's Nizhny Novgorod, where wounded conscripts were handcuffed to a radiator and beaten in a destroyed building on the headquarters grounds. ASTRA quoted, citing open data, that the 333rd Combat Training Center of the Western Military District is located in Mulino, Nizhny Novgorod region. The channel described Mulino as a unique facility, the likes of which does not exist in Russia or in the world. The training ground was initially built before the sanctions imposed on Russia, with the involvement of the German Rheinmetall Defense Electronics enterprise, that created the entire layout of the project, according to ASTRA. The center combines traditional training grounds with modern computer technologies. Complex simulators recreate the battlefield in 3D, and the physical environment includes models of cities and towns for tactical exercises. The training ground, measuring 34 by 27 kilometers, is equipped with tank training grounds, water training grounds, and various training zones. The center's capacity is up to 3 brigades per year, with the ability to train 700 servicemen simultaneously and prepare 30,000 people annually, ASTRA reported.